Hello, beautiful soul. I am Aria Leichhardt, and I'm so excited that you're here with me today. I'm going to channel Aria, but first, I want to share with you the conversations I've been having with them. And most of them is been around the topic of trust, trusting and surrendering. And I know these are, especially surrendering and practicing detachment and stuff like that, is it's we hear all the time, but until you're in that space, it's really hard to, at least it was for me, it was challenging to process what does that look like, what does that feel like. And that's something that I've been practicing like consciously for the last year or a couple of years, I would say. And the conversations around that right now are because, like we've said in the past, and Aria has shared in the past too, that the timelines are collapsing and everything is shifting so fast that even so that's kind of like the logical human way to think about it. One way is that everything is changing and shifting so fast that um what we could have said, like, oh, we're gonna do this in a month, 2 months, 3 months from now, we're gonna be planning for something, is probably not gonna hold, or maybe it will, but it's not gonna look the same as what we felt in that moment. I feel there's gonna be a balance between those inspired ideas, but also just leaving it at that, just an idea of what the potential may be and what it may look like without the attachment of it has to be this way or it has to look this way or anything like that, just because everything everything will continue to change a lot. So that's one way to look at it. And the other one is that when you're in that space, that you can just feel that gratitude in this moment. You know that you have everything that you need and more. It's this is the invitation from Aria. They also give us the ground that, hey, this is what's happening. This is something for your brain so it can process it. But the other part of it is the trust in yourself and trust in spirit and the divine to for you to drop in. Oh, I can feel that. Drop in your heart. Just taking a deep breath and focusing on your heart. Come on, do it with me. And you can pay attention to the things that are coming up. It may take you a few uh, it may take you some practice to drop into in this space and feel that peace, feel that just deep gratitude and compassion and joy. But because sometimes we still need to process some other emotions, like if you've been thinking about um other things that create anxiety within your body or create fear or any of those emotions, then that's gonna come up first and that needs to be released first. And you keep doing it by just bringing attention to it, bringing attention to your crystalline heart, bringing attention to this, to your center. And the more you practice that, the more you feel differently, meaning you feel that wholeness within yourself. So the need of even thinking about what I'm gonna be doing in 3 to 5 months from now, what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, kind of takes a backseat role instead of like constantly wanting to know. You allow yourself to surrender into inviting in spirit and the divine into showing you in this moment what that may feel like, and not just show you to see it or to perceive it, but to feel it in this moment. So therefore you're in this infinite moment of creation. And I just love it. I love it so much. And it's one of my favorite teachings from Aria is the moment to moment creation. When you find yourself worrying about what the future might look like for you, come back into your heart. Allow yourself to be filled by the love of the divine. Allow yourself to lean into yourself, into your wholeness, into divinity, and allow the divine to show you what's available to you. And without deciding that it's set in stone, that it's a done deal, you can be surprised. Because another thing that Aria has been sharing is that sometimes we get these inspired ideas as a placeholder, meaning it allows us in that moment to expand our consciousness to the potential of what's available. But as we consciously choose to move into that direction using our crystalline heart as our compass, knowing if it feels expansive, then we move that way. And of course, if it's coming from spirit, it's coming from your highest and greatest self, then it will feel that way. And sometimes it may feel a little bit terrifying because your human wants to know. Your human is getting out of the comfort zone, and that's a little expansion, that's a little stretch. And but anyway, you take that step, and then you receive another inspired idea, another, wow, this is available, and you take it, and you start receiving these opportunities, and you, that's flow, that's this flow. And maybe a few months from now you look back and you think to yourself, well, that's nothing. This what I'm experiencing now doesn't look anything compared to what I thought, in the first place, but it's so much better. That's always a promise, always a promise. When you're in divine flow, it's gonna take you places. It's walking into the unknown with full trust that regardless of what the outer reality may look like, may feel like, even if it feels uncomfortable, I'm not saying it's always gonna be like super light and all rainbows. And maybe that's the perspective, right? Like that's a whole different conversation, but let's talk a little bit about it. Sometimes you are flowing and you're getting all these signs, and you feel really good, and all of a sudden something doesn't feel so good, something just comes out of the blue. And allow that in too, allow yourself to also feel that too, because that can be an opportunity for you to change your perspective into something that your human self believed that it was wrong or bad, or not doesn't feel so good. It brings stuff up for you. That's also for you. That's also part of the experience. And when you see it that way, you come back into your heart, and then you keep, with this flow. And then when you look back, you say like, man, this has been the best ride ever. And then you go on into creating something even better, and something that is beyond imaginable at this moment. So let's keep flowing, let's keep trusting, and just accepting everything as wholeness, just like you. You're whole, you're perfect, you're divinity. And with that, I'm just gonna free Aria. Know that if you're watching this, this is for you. Allow yourself to be open to receiving it. Note that your stars families are coming through as well. Sometimes they choose not to say who they are, if they're Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedan. I'm feeling a lot of Arcturian energy and some Pleiadian today. Not so much Syrian, but I know they're always around. But we'll see. Just allow yourself to receive and to be in this moment. All right, let's go in. We are Aria, and we're so happy to be here with you. What a lovely day to connect. We're so pleased with your development. We're so pleased to see you remember, to see you come back into your crystalline heart, for that is your compass, dear one. That is the space where you create. You don't create by doing, you create by being and remembering that everything you need, it's already available to you. The only limitations is the one of lack. And we say that again, the only limitation is the one of lack, is the belief that something is missing, that something is not whole. You are wholeness. You are holy. You are divine. Let that fill you. Take a deep breath and bring that in. Now, we want to assure you that even though the timelines are indeed shifting in ways that haven't in the past, in other words, they are moving and rearranging themselves in ways that you haven't experienced before. This is also part of creating a new earth. For the vibration will continue to expand. And so when you're having conversations with other people, be aware of what you are choosing to bring in through to your field, for what they believe may not be true to you. In other words, there are multiple levels of or multiple parallel realities happening within this earth. There's multiple timelines evolving and expanding as we speak. So if we bring it back to you and your life, be aware of yourself when you are making plans into the future, for there is no need right now. All that it matters is what you are being in this moment and what you're creating in this moment. In other words, when you find yourself thinking about what tomorrow, even tomorrow may look like, even a week from today may look like, a month from today, 3 months from today, if you start thinking about the solstice and the and fall and winter, we ask you to come back to this space. Create from a space where you're in this moment. It is only in this moment when you're gonna get quiet enough that you're gonna be able to receive the guidance and the ideas that will expand you into the potential that will connect you with your highest potential, with the best that you can be, with the um, connecting to your soul blueprint, connecting to what you chose for this timeline to evolve into. It is only in that moment that you're gonna be able to fulfill that space, not in the future, dear one, for it does not exist. Everything that you need, you have in this moment. Now, we understand this can be a hard or challenging. It can be a definitely challenging concept to grasp, but it's your nature to constantly be thinking and processing the things that you feel you must do and the things you feel you must achieve and create. So we have to remind you to dial it back to the space where you can then see with a wider view what's available. Knowing that there's more options, and if something doesn't feel in alignment to you, and you can certainly recognize that feeling when you allow yourself to be in this moment, and just like our partner Anya shared with you, read into your heart and you'll know. You'll know if it feels expansive or if it doesn't. If it does, that's your compass to go ahead and go with that path. And it's a matter of practicing. And you can never do this wrong. You can never get it wrong. You can never get it wrong. But it is a matter of a practice, you see. to reach mastery and to reach that level of fulfillment that allows you to create joy in every moment of your creation, you need to create awareness around your emotions. Whereas moving forward, your emotions are definitely what is creating the reality that you're experiencing. And it's a dance with the universe and it's a dance with creation. So another way to feel into the creation, into the moment to moment creation is noticing what your emotions are. And it's a matter of reflecting back in instead of looking at your outside for clues. It's coming back into yourself, your soul, to use it as a compass. Dear one, you have everything that you need in this moment. Move yourself from limitation and from lack and come back into wholeness. As for how the timelines will play out, we can assure you that you made it. We can understand at this time the energy is sensitive. And it's a very thin line between what is true, what is real for you, and what it isn't. And we say for you because indeed there's different levels of truth. And not, it doesn't mean by levels we don't mean that is one is better than the other one or one is truer than the other one. That's not what we mean. What we mean is that within the reality there's different truths. No one is right or wrong, it just is. So expand your consciousness by coming back into your heart and choosing for yourself what is true to you in this moment. And be compassionate with yourself if that changes. For the energy around you is continuously evolving as you are too. We are Aria and we've been delighted to connect with you. I see you and I love you.